Watering, one of the most fundamentally vital responsibilities for any grower. Without adequate moisture, your plants will suffer. And seedlings, well, it can be fatal in a shorter amount of time than you think. But it doesn't have to be scary, complicated, or laborsome, because when we're dealing with seedling trays or small pots, there's a trick that commercial and professional growers employ to ensure perfect watering every time. Hi, I'm Jeff from The Right Tomato Farms, and welcome to another episode of the Garden Quickie, where in 2 minutes or less, we tackle the most important growing questions of the day. And today is all about watering from below. If you've watched any video of mine about germinating seedlings, growing seedlings, or transplanting young plants, you'll have noticed that I always water from below. Always. Time's ticking, so let's get into this. The first reason that I always water my trays and small pots from below is to avoid the destruction of overhead watering. Running, falling, and dripping water is an absolute force of nature. Freshly seeded pots, when watered from above, are a disaster. Soil, water, and most likely your seeds are going to end up everywhere. The blast of water on established and mulched plants is tolerable. On freshly sown trays, forget about it. And not only the immediate destruction, but watering from above changes, compresses, and generally disrupts the soil structure altogether. The second reason to water from below is to avoid transplant shock. When moving delicate young plugs or plants onto larger pots and tray systems, exposing those roots to anything but perfectly moist soil conditions is always avoided. Young roots are sensitive, and you want the best transition possible to maximize their growth trajectory. And lastly, I always water from below because it's the perfect amount every time. Soil is a sponge. The tiny air gaps in your seeding and potting mixes hold both air and water. Allow that soil to take up as much water as it can, nothing more, nothing less. Any good soil mix worth its salt will soak up and hold on to a staggering amount of moisture. Take the guesswork out of watering, and your growing endeavors will be that much more fruitful. Know what else is fruitful? Quite likely the next episode of the Garden Quickie. Thanks for watching, guys. And hey, if Garden Quickies are your thing, be sure to click on this playlist here as we explore and solve more growing issues in 2 minutes or less.